Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. So I claimed this remnants of dwarven fortifications and we are headed over to the swamp, which is hut, to talk to the old beldame. I don't think we have the things we need to give her though. But it should be mentioned that the things that we need to do for her... Wait. Teresia. We're in the Season of Bloom. I believe that is Act 3. We need to go visit those cities. Yeah, we need those, and I don't think that we can find them as of yet, so let's just leave again. We need to go to the Candlemere Isle. Which will probably require some resting along the route.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it? The Stolen Lands are a most intriguing place. I think a delicately decorated guide to the Stolen Lands by Jubilos Narthropple would sell quicker than sobering elixirs after a city festival.
Onwards we go. And then down to Candlemere Tower. Now, we bought those scrolls of protection from electricity. How long does those 10 minutes period? Okay, let's give one to Caledorn. And one to Harim. Actually, let's give 2 to Harim.
Without a doubt.
Some food. Note wrapped in an oiled leather. So this seemed to be... I'm not going to read this, so if you want to read it, go ahead. There we go. Collect those. The boat is in good condition. It looks like it was used not long ago. And a party of 3 adventurers came on shore recently. That rabbit seems to be having some slight issues.
Who will prevail? Does it
grant your death.
Okay. Let's use one of these scrolls.
Our path leads on.
To make an epic pose, I need inspiration.
That seems to have been a wise decision.
They go down!
Oh, there's another one.
Defeat is not an option.
Here's another note that you can read if you want. It's about a plant and a wound.
Repent!
Let's gather up and use another of these protection from electricity
I'm
scrolls.
still here.
Forwards.
Let's finish them quick.
A clever ploy.
Nobody behind us, that's good at least. And we move onwards. Chaos Shard. What is that? That is a +2 dagger that has a chance to confuse an enemy on a hit. That sounds useful. Not that we have anyone who's using a dagger, though.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me!
Lots of will-o-wisps. Someone dead here. With a dirty travel log. Feel free to read it if you'd like. We will continue to explore.
We've got a footnote in our story.
There's a small box.
Applause, please.
The Noble Warhammer. +3 Warhammer. Ah, okay. It looks like we have to climb up here. Let's quick save. I'm guessing it would be a good idea to use this final scroll now.
We'll do it
Yeah.
the hard way.
Cannot hide from me.
I'm writing you out of our story.
Probably should have bought more of those scrolls because I suspect we need one more protection against electricity, but just have to go make do with what we have. Here's a person. Yeah, it's already starting to wear off. A dead warrior in full armor with Aurori holy symbols lies on the ground. He was backstabbed.
Fatal mistake.
Attack!
You should probably consider healing yourself. Are these evil? Yes, they are. How about you cast protection from evil?
We're the legend.
It's better than nothing. The stone is covered with drawings of jagged black spirals. Lots of edible moss here. And a chest that contains a composite short bow, an ancestral dwarven shield and some money.
We march ahead.
And here we can descend the hill. Ah,
You will go.
One.
now you really need to do something about your wounds. Okay, let's change the freedom of movement into cure critical wounds. And you 2d8, 3d8, cast that on yourself. And you please cast haste.
Could be worse. Definitely will be.
Primitives!
Okay. Now before we move on...
The end draws near.
Yeah, it does. Cast that on yourself.
Just
You
letting the
cast
ink dry.
that on her.
What's
You
new?
cast that.
Oh,
Then
sorry. Was
change
lost
this
in
one into that. And
Adventures
you
call to them.
cast that one on yourself. And that one on Caledorn. I think that should be good for now. What's upside here? Upside. What's up here? Nothing. Are there any more wisps out here? No. Let's go back in here then. Oh, chest. With a full plate +2. Let's talk to Rismel. A man stands in the center of the half-ruined hall. He is motionless, his eyes are closed, head tilted, as if he was listening to something inaudible. He's clad in tattered black and white robe, though mud and dust made his clothes look almost uniformly grey. Hearing your footsteps, the man shudders and turns abruptly. The left part of his face is covered in blood and dirt. Seeing you, he gives a low growl in his throat. Trespassers! He spits on the ground. Are you so eager to die? Who are you? The man stares at you for several moments. Then he suddenly grins and raises his eyebrows in mockery. Who am I? Oh, soon the whole world will know my name. The man straightens and raises his hands to the sky. Two-faced Rismel, keeper of the gates, harbinger of Nethys. I have many names, and you shall pay fealty to them all. The all-seeing eye has brought me here to this sanctuary of magic. Others came, but they did not survive the trials. I am the only one who hears the word of Nethys and can open the gates for him. Then the all-seeing eye will reward his chosen. I will become a lord in his new era. Rismel's eyes turn glassy and dull as he keeps talking, and his speech becomes a stream of barely understandable words. It is impossible to distinguish which part of his ramblings is true and which represents his delirious fantasies. Nonetheless, the madman seems to lose interest in attacking you right now. Where are the others you came with? Who? Rismel ponders your words for a moment. Ah, you're talking about those who came to the island with me. They are gone. One of them gave up halfway here, I know nothing of his fate, and the second, the miserable creature, Rismel closes his eyes as if fighting to control his temper. He kept talking, how knowledge must belong to everyone, wisdom should be shared, about telling others about this place. He kept talking and talking. Rismel falls still for a moment. So I silenced him. An enchanted sanctuary, gates to other worlds. They are here, in these ruins. Silence, Rismel roars. You are too blind to see what surrounds you. Vibrant, bright, glorious to those who have embraced the arcane and mastered its power. Rismel's voice drops and his eyes become unfocused. Nethys himself led me here. His voice rings in my head, calling from the portal. All these writings, all these wandering lights, only the blind cannot see the coming of the all-seeing eye. Rismel's voice drops to a hiss. So, watch your tongue. The moment nears where I open the portal and let Nethys into this world. Fear my lord's wrath, for there will be no escape for blasphemers. Oh, so the great Nethys is just beyond this portal, yet the god of magic can't cross over on his own? Ha! Rismel's jaw clenches. "One more word, insect," he hisses, "and you will witness it yourself." Let's assume Nethys waits beyond the portal. But what's beyond the portal, exactly? Rismel closes his eyes and takes a breath. Can you feel it? No, of course you can't. The whole tower bears marks of the arcane. Look around you. Can you see these writings? Since ancient times, Believer knew a portal lay here, so they left signs heralding the arrival of Nethys. What do the writings say? A shadow falls across Rismel's face. He stares at the writings at the walls that shimmer with ghostly light. "I will find out," he mutters but to himself. "When he comes, when he shares his boundless wisdom with me, I'll find out everything I want." Some say this place is cursed. Cursed? Rismel burst into hysterical laughter. Only fools can claim this place is cursed. On the contrary, this tower and this portal, it's a true blessing for those who can grasp its real greatness. Will-o-wisps roam the island. How did you get past them? Will-o-wisps don't devour flesh, they feed on suffering and fear. The island is full of them, since the times when this temple was sanctified with human blood. Besides, there was no fear in my heart, only joy and awe, for I was to meet my god and master. Enough about this place. Rismel grunts but makes no response. Rismel, no matter if this island is cursed or not, you're not in your right mind. You don't know what you're doing. Rismel shuts his eyes, then slowly opens them. How dare you? He hisses through clenched teeth. Nethys himself guides me. How dare you judge a chosen one of the all-seeing eye? Succeeded at a low religion check. As you listen to Rismel, you can't stop frowning. Something is clearly not right, not just with the man, but with his words. Nethys, the mad deity of magic and wizardry, never speaks directly to his followers. His followers take pride in this, for their god is much too great to lower himself to such base forms of expression. Whoever, or whatever, Rismel heard beyond the portal is not Nethys. Listen to yourself. Nethys speaks to me? Nethys has chosen me? You know, your god does not waste his time on mortals. How long are you going to lie to yourself, claiming the voice in your head belongs to Nethys? Rismel's voice trembles. But it's just... He averts his eyes and falls silent. I am the chosen one. Rismel shakes his head. I knew it always, the chosen one. Different from the others. His voice falters. I found a corpse on the island. You know the one I speak of. He perished in suffering, terrified, cursing those who'd left him to die. What did he do to earn your cruelty? Rismel meets your gaze silently. After a moment he frowns, then winces. Mori, we should have come back for you. As you look at him, Rismel's face changes. The obsessive gleam in his eyes gives way to astonishment and terror. He throws a haunted look at his surroundings, then touches his face and stares dully at the blood and dirt on his fingers. What have I done? Great Nethys, what a nightmare is this? This can't be. I failed you. Misled by illusions, darkness took my mind, and I... Rismel utters a heartbreaking cry and buries his face in his hands. When he finally lifts his head, his eyes are full of tears. How can I atone for this? All I've done? His voice is a choked whisper. It's not possible. Rismel blinks his tears away and turns to the portal as if recalling it is still there. But the voice that urged me to open the gates. He falls silent for a moment. It still sounds inside my head, but it is not Nethys. No, it's not him. It's something else. The man turns back to you. I would never be able to repay you for your help, stranger, but I must ask you about one more thing. Will you help me confront the creature that waits beyond the portal? I'll be able to open it and let this thing come to Golarion. We have to destroy it before it finds some new prey. Rismel covers his eyes. When we're done with this, I'll stay here and make sure no living soul ever falls victim of this island. I'll help you to fight the monster. Then I'll begin the ritual now. Duke Dazzle
Do
Flare.
not hold back.
There we go. He dropped a Cypress Queen's Flute.
I have managed.
There is a closed portal in the center of the room. It seems it was used not long ago. Are you sure you want to stay here on this island? Rismal, pale, nods. This is my penance. Someone must keep watch over the portal. I won't let anyone else die here or become enslaved by temptation. Now, if your mind's clearer, tell me about this place. Rismal casts a glance at the ancient tower. This is the place where two worlds connect. The border is razor thin, so it gave birth to a portal. Now it is sealed, but... He rubs his forehead. When I was performing a ritual here, I noticed it's easy to open it. Someone must have used this portal before, and not too long ago. Can you seal the portal permanently? Rismal shakes his head. Alas, I am not able to do it. The only thing I can do is become a guardian of this portal till the end of my days. Locals claim that the island is cursed. Rismal winces. Cursed? Definitely not. The tower is full of magic, but cursed? He looks aside. Unless you call a clouded mind a curse of sorts. The man who sent me to this island claimed there were treasures here. Rismal gives an eloquent look to the half-ruined tower, dusty stones, and the grass that sprouts through the stone floor. I guess this man was wrong. Thank you. I've learned all I wanted. Whatever you say. I'll leave you be. Farewell. Well, that was interesting. There was a place here where we could climb down, I think. Here. Descend the hill.
Without a doubt.
Some
Wade
other way
through.
needed.
Slash.
Bet.
Okay. So there is nothing we can do here. Better climb back up then. And I guess we'll have to go all the way around. Shouldn't be any more will-o'-the-wisps, so I'll just pause the recording while we wait. Here we are, and apparently we found a robe of earth and some gold coins. Robe of earth. Acid aura. Whatever is that? Grants +2 DC bonus to acid spells. Well... When this ring's wearer attacks with bombs, they deal 1d6 additional damage. Jubilost. How about you put this on? Amulet of Natural Armor. Ah, that's nice. Well, off we go.
I will guide us.
And leave. And... final thing that we need to do is go to the lone house. I believe that's where Bartholomew is. Not that he's a very nice person, but let's see what we'll do with him. Bartholomew has managed to clean up the mess after the troll attack in his laboratory. The wizard is packing his items, books, vials, manacles and needles, carefully wrapping his things in cloth before placing them in crates. He turns as he notices you approach. "Oh, your grace. How good to see you alive and well. Let me congratulate you on yet another brilliant victory. Would you perhaps permit me one small request? I sense that you've recovered something of mine." Bartholomew's voice trembles with excitement. "Return the whip. Here it is. Take it." The wizard snatches the whip from your hands and stops just short of kissing it. "It's unharmed. Excellent, excellent." He carefully coils his treasure, wraps it in a clean cloth and bundles the package with a crisscrossed cord. "You have my eternal gratitude." Bartholomew places a bag of coins in your hand. "You can't imagine what that thing means to me." So we get 1500 coins, 375 experience, and we lose the black whip. "Packing? Are you leaving us soon?" "Yes, your grace. It's become too dangerous to stay here, even with your protection. I'll have to find some place safe and quiet." "Can I see what you have to sell?" "Certainly." He has a bag of holding. We'll take that. As for those books, 1, 2, 3, so we don't need his. Let's just buy that. And then let's try to convince him to stay. Could I persuade you to stay? I could use someone familiar with magic. Bartholomew's brow wrinkles and he whispers some calculations under his breath, then smiles. "I may regret this later, but come what may, I'll stay. You've shown yourself a strong and generous ruler as well as open-minded. I suppose we may yet be useful to one another." Then I can offer him one more time, stay as one of my advisors. There are so few people who see things in such a critical and rational way. Bartholomew stops packing and looks at you incredulously. Then he looks at the stack of books in his hands and keeps silent for a long time, figuring something out in his mind. Finally, Bartholomew sighs and puts his book aside. "I cannot refuse such an offer. Of course, your grace, I shall enter your service. After all, it's such a rare opportunity." He looks around his packed bags and smirks. "Seems all this packing was unnecessary. I'll not take the laboratory with me. I'd prefer a lighter journey to the capital. As soon as I pack the essentials and lock up the house, I'll head straight for the city. See you there." Not sure I want him as my advisor, but I believe he's quite evil. Then again, so are several of the other people that we have, both in our party and also in the staff of advisors. But we're sticking pretty tight to lawful good on Caledorn, which I am pleased by. And now we need to head back to the capital. There are many things that we can claim, but the most important thing for us to do is to get down to the shrine of Lamashtu to get rid of that. Let's do the kingdom thing. Curses, we have more research to do here. It's a shame that these take so long. We need to go to the throne room, so we do indeed need to go back to the capital. But before we go there, let's go visit the Port Martin, so we can get the Artisan there.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Soon. Okay. Charel. The young half-elf looks up at you exhausted. Somebody has recently given him a black eye. There's panic in his voice. I beg you, help me. I haven't done anything wrong. What is going on here? Greetings, Your Grace. I apologize for the noise. Our captain thought it would be good to make an example of this criminal. Keep the public in line, you know. This one turned out to be a little noisy. The half-elf looks shocked and terrified by his circumstance. You're the local ruler, aren't you? I beg you for your mercy. I've been arrested as a thief and I'm about to go to jail, but I haven't done anything wrong. I've never taken anything that wasn't mine. Someone slandered me for stealing property from a merchant in the capital. We had a deal. He promised to lend me money for a new workshop, but I didn't take a single coin. It's all a lie. I beg you, please, nobody believes me. The merchant's name is Hasuf. He would help me if he only knew I was in trouble. Please, talk to the merchant in the capital and he will confirm that I'm innocent. I must go. That sounds like a good thing. Kimo Tavon. Before you is a tall, pale elf, the soft features of his face sharply contrasting his angular figure, but his woeful gaze is fixed upon the ground. He finally notices you and, startled, blinks at you absent-mindedly. He talks slowly, slightly elongating his words as he speaks. Good day. What are you doing here? The elf blushes ever so slightly and lowers his gaze. I can't tell you. It's a secret. Although, if you promise... The elf looks at you with hope in his eyes. If you promise to help me, then I will tell you. What sort of help do you need? That is a secret. After some hesitation, the elf decides to add, but it's not hard, not at all. You have my word. And what do I get if I help you? In that case, I will give you my spear. I can make a lot of handy things out of wood. You could call me a woodworker in your tongue. The elf gives you a disarming smile. So be it, I will help you. The elf is shining. Wonderful. Say nothing. The elf just keeps smiling at you. You still haven't told me what you want from me. Oh, right. Nunuk the hunter told me that he saw an incredibly beautiful flower growing in the swamp. I would go and pick it myself, but I fear I would become lost. Also, there are monsters there. So, will you help me? I've already agreed to help you. Perfect. Come back as soon as you can. Alright then, I have to go. Bye! Okay. Well, I will end the episode here, but I will also travel back to the capital, sell stuff from the inventory, and I guess that is about what I will do. So, yeah. I will see you all in the next episode.